smells so bad. Ugh. Ugh, that really smells bad. Well, here's what I'm thinking right in this moment when it comes to hair loss. I would rather be bald. I'd rather be bald, completely bald, than to be obviously balding. It's one thing to be managing a receding hairline, but it's another thing to be obviously balding. At that point, just put your hair out of its misery. And it's interesting because all of us, you know, participating in this YouTube channel are somewhere along that gradient. And some draw the line pretty early. The moment they go Norwood 3, like, okay, I'm just gonna shave it off. For me, I'm like, I'll manage Norwood 3. Norwood 4, I don't know so much about. It depends on how much thinning's going on. But the thing is, I just don't want it figuratively or literally hanging over my head. Like, I don't want that to take up my thoughts as far as a worry. Now, I can analyze it all day. I can talk about it all day. That's cool. That's fun. That's challenging. I like that. But it'd be another thing if I was actually worried about this, like I think a lot of people are. And I'm well past that stage of my life, but a lot of people are in that stage in life. And so when you weigh out the difference between, okay, am I going to lose my hair? You know, every time you look in the mirror, am I going to lose my hair? Am I going to be bald? To have to think that every time you look in the mirror, if it bothers you, and for a lot of you, you're in that stage in life where it still does. Whereas for me, I've got past that for obvious reasons, like being married, having a job, having kids, you know, it being 36, right? But a lot of people, I'm sure, watching this video are in that point of, am I going to lose my hair? Am I going to lose my hair? Am I going to go bald? And that's where you're at. So it's funny because back, you know, over 2.5 years ago, there for a while I was buzzing off my hair. And so many people liked it that way and still want me to go back to it. And again, I will, but just not now. But it's funny because I'm going back there right now. I feel it, like so much freedom that comes with shaving off your hair. Because you don't have to think about it. But then for people like me, there's that almost guilt, survivor's guilt that you have. Like I was talking about putting your hair out of its misery. If you're truly just obviously balding and you can't manage it. But there's that concept of, well, but is it like euthanizing my hair loss when it's not quite ready for it? It's like having like a beloved pet, like the family dog that you've had for 11 or 12 years. And you see that it's in a lot of pain, and you hate to think that you're responsible for officially ending its life, but then you're like, ugh. But isn't that the right moral thing to do, to give it that grace by putting it out of its misery, you know? And it's funny because somewhere along the line, and of course I'm very aware that many of you are much younger than me and have less hair than me. You've suffered much more hair loss than I have at a younger age. So I'm aware of that. So that's just what I was thinking about today. I was like, the concept of putting your hair out of its misery by finally getting to that point, which one day I'll get to, where the right thing to do is just to put it out of its misery. But right now I can't do that. People ask me on a weekly basis, Nick, when are you going to shave your head? And say, here's my problem. I know that once I do, I would do it that way for like a couple months, and then I'd grow my hair back out again. Survivor's guilt. Survivor's guilt. Because I think, but I'm throwing the baby out with the dishwasher. I'm throwing the baby out with the dish water. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. So yes, that's why I don't, because I don't have to yet. But man, I tell you this, I would much rather be bald than obviously balding. I would much rather be bald than obviously balding. By the way, I'm having a bad hair day. I looked in when I was in the shower, it was like the last serving of shampoo. And I thought there wasn't that much in there, so I just kind of loosened the lid and went, whoo. And then I was like, oh wow, I have like a Marge Simpson head full of shampoo here, like to here. And it made my hair just really just like that. And so I should be wearing a hat right now. Keep in mind this is a bad hair day for what that's worth. But I'd rather be balding. I'd rather be bald. I'd rather be bald than obviously balding. And not just because of how it looks, but perhaps equally because of what peace that brings. So a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about this concept of, do I have a death wish when it comes to my hair? And I kind of do. I kind of do. I'm looking forward to that stage of my life where it's just not something that's still in that transition. When I can finally just put it to sleep, put it to death, and be over with it. So I'm just not afraid of losing my hair. I'm just waiting for my name to be called. Okay, Nick, you're up next. Your hair's pretty much unsalvageable at this point. Now, the next time you see me in a video showing my hair, it'll look a lot better. But even though I do need a haircut and I'm having a bad hair day, you know, I like to keep things real, and I like to show you those worst days. So then when other people are like, you've got no receding hairline, what are you talking about? You've got no issues. Then they can look at this video and like, oh, never mind, he does. So I'd rather be bald than to be obviously balding. Let's just get this thing over with. That's where I'm coming from. But I don't want to be trigger happy and end it too soon when I still have potential. But yes, I need a haircut. That would definitely help. And use less shampoo. That's part of the reason it looks so bad right now.